Hello guys, it's Kimirafer and today I'm bringing you a small commentary about things that Titanfall 2 needs improvement on, and some of these might seem like small things, but perfection is in the details, so let's get on with it. Anyway, before I start, gameplay is 26-0 in a match itself, and then in the epilogue I get 1 or 2 more kills. I can't remember. I know it's 26-0, but anyway, let's go on with it. So first thing is on this map, the place I'm looking at now, you see the house? Next to that house there are a bunch of trees. Those trees do not belong in the map. Why? If you go into them, you're basically out of the map according to the game, so it gives you this 5-second timer. If you don't escape, you are dead. That shouldn't happen. I hope that this is just a small oversight and they'll fix it. But I thought it was important enough to deserve a mention. So then, next up is the UI. I think the UI needs some improvements. Kind of counterintuitive at times. For example, at first, like the first couple of matches, I was like, seriously, there's no kill feed? And then I saw the kill feed is in the bottom right. Kind of counterintuitive. I don't think any game nowadays has a kill feed in the bottom left, so mostly it's top right or bottom left. Then where the weapon is situated and the ammo is also somewhat weird. I don't know. I at first I didn't see it, and when I was in my Titan I was like, come on, how do I know when to reload? And then suddenly, like a couple of matches in, I saw, oh, there's the ammo counter. Like on the gun, doesn't really matter, because most guns, or at least this gun, have a small ammo counter on the sight itself, so that doesn't really matter. Then, yes, some things really need some size balancing, like grenade grapple is rather small compared to what's now Tix or the amped weapon thing. Or in other game modes that would be your Titan meter. I guess that it should be a little smaller if it sticks or something like that. Then third off is, well, this might be good for some people, for other people it wouldn't really matter. Oh, this is the kill box anyway. Return to battle kill box. I would prefer to have more control over the sensitivity. Right now there's not even sensitivity slider, it's basically precise, fast. There are like 3 or 4 things you can use, and I found that however I prefer fast, but it doesn't feel natural, so I had to go with normal. I'm not entirely confident with normal. I prefer other things, but it is what it is, can't change it at the moment. I hope it will come in a later update or in this next tech test in weekend 2. I'm definitely hoping for it. Yeah, seriously, I'm just crossing my fingers that this will be a thing. So, next up, Titans. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are wrong with Titans or need a bit of improvement. So as far as balance wise, the Titans now, they don't seem to be as overpowered, or at least on these 2 maps we got. I barely played with a Titan on this map, most times it was on the other map, but I do feel like they're not all that super useful. I mean, they're good, they're good, but they're not overpoweredly good. For example, Titans are actually good in Bounty Hunter, because it's way easier to kill the grunts and the specters and such just with your Titan. However, when you have to do it versus players, just killing players while in your Titan, it's kind of small. I would say it's hard, but with the Titans we have now, it's not really that, well, it's not as easy as it was in Titanfall 1, or maybe as it should be. That might just be down to the 2 Titans we have now, and honestly, If they change it, I'm happy. If it appears that these two titans are, well, just if those weren't their roles, then I'm also fine with it. Another thing about the titans is the health meter on enemy titans. It's so goddamn small. Someone told me on Skype, like, yeah, you're right saying it's small. And it's seriously tiny, like pretty seriously. He watched my video and he was like, yeah, okay, you're totally right about how small it is. Basically, like, it's in Titanfall 1, the meter was kind of wide, and I preferred it that way. Now it's like compressed. It's like someone took an image and just compressed it down in width, but then in length, but then changed the height. It's just not good to look at. It seems like you deal almost no damage to enemy titans, or that they're really spongy, or there are just a couple of things wrong with it. That's all that I'm gonna say about it. So yeah, ability wise, for titans, I'm happy. The laser is cool. I didn't really use Scorch, or not at all, to be honest. But I did hear Scorch is only good in some situations, so I'll deal with it. I'll try to use Scorch this weekend, so we'll see how it goes, and that's it. So then, pilot abilities, I mostly use Grapple. In the beginning I used something else, I don't remember what it was. But Grapple is actually really cool. I don't think you had it in Titanfall 1, pretty sure you didn't. But basically Grapple, you throw a grappling hook. It doesn't have a limited range, which sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Basically, like sometimes you seem to hit the surface you're throwing it at, but don't connect, and otherwise, and for some other times it's like, yeah, I want to get over there, but I'm just out of reach. And yeah, it might be a bit lopsided sometimes, but I like Grapple. I wanted to use Stim, really. Didn't get around to it, but I did see a little bit of gameplay with Stim, and yeah, it's basically like Titanfall 1, or at least from what I've seen. Really good. Probably Stim and Grapple are going to be the two preferred abilities now. But another thing about the abilities is how your character model depends on it. Like either you have a human or a robot, and that depends on which ability you take. Some abilities give a human character, some give a robot character, or at least in the preview screen. I don't know how it is, just like in the game itself. They really pay attention to it. But I don't like it. As I've said in my last video, robots are thinner than humans, and yeah, basically it gives an unfair advantage to someone who's using a different ability that might be just as good as yours. So yeah, another thing, getting back on the UI thing, but not really the same UI scoreboard. I think, okay, it's good, you can play while you have your scoreboard up. But I think there should be an option, and okay, this might be a little bullshit what I'm about to say, but there should be an option where you can choose to either have it remain on or have it on as long as you press the button. I prefer, yeah, I can work with both of these ways, but I prefer to have it like as long as I press the button. Or yeah, most games don't have it. I would prefer it because it does obstruct a somewhat large portion of your screen. But anyway, my name has been Kimirafer as always. Hope you enjoyed. If you think anything else needs fixing or tweaking, leave it down in the comments. See you later.